Bear behind. He's got to face them and go through them.
With the distance. Hill shoots, scores, against foul. Now the Jazz seem to have recovered the possessed three ball. Hill. What a great pickup of this club.
Unbelievable. It's a foul on Chris.
Chris Paul picks up his second personal foul of the basketball game. Second team foul against the Clippers. Approaching midway point of quarter number 3.
I think Hayward brought Hood up just to get the switch.
Here's Hill. Over Griffin. Nice follow by Hill.
What you don't know about George.
Withy the tip. No, Hayward goes to get it again.
That's a rebound the Clippers should have had.
The bounce to Hill, he scores, and he's fouled by Paul. And any point here could be the key point of the basketball game when all is said and done.
All the Jazz have done down the stretch was...
issue is that they just don't seem to be quite as intense, the Jazz here. They're kind of on their heels a little bit in game 2.
George Hill with a corner 3.
And as soon as we say that, they continue.
Lead in the shot clock makes the Jazz pay. 14 points, 9 assists for Paul. Hill trying to answer with a 3. He does. George Hill from deep.
Yeah, that's a huge shot, and we talked about it. It's been the great equalizer partner this first half. The 3-point shot. You see Chris Paul kind of falls asleep just a little bit, and Hill able to get into that, walk into that shot and rhythm and knock down that triple. He literally just walked George Hill into, and they set a pick and cleared Griffin to the basket.
George Hill with a blow-by.
That he's giving Chris Paul an edge, and Chris is getting away from him before he can recover back. I don't know if he can continue to pick Chris Paul up full court.
So he's just beating him down the floor basically because he's covering so deep. Good roll for George Hill. He needs to on Favors, who was bullied around a little bit in game 2 to say the least. That's a good rebound snatched by Favors. It is Hill, the penetration, and drew the foul on Chris Paul.
I like George Hill's aggressiveness early. I think he realizes he's got to do a little bit more. Creates a jump shot for himself.
Hayward slithering in. Jordan the rebound. Bad pass, and Ingles got in the lane. Hayward's over by the rim. Hill comes back the other way with the floater.
Ingles made the banging his right foot on the ground. He's walking gingerly right now. It's nothing but high pick and rolls for Chris Paul.
Remember, Tom Rinaldi told us Blake Griffin is out for the rest of this game with a bruised right toe. Hill with a very difficult take, and DeAndre Jordan was trying to block it.
High pick and roll. Talk about mid pick and rolls are high. This is an extremely high pick and roll, and they are just shredding the Utah defense.
Hill leads in and rattles home his third
8 on 3 balls in the series, and he'd missed his first 2 shots. The turnover, that other miss, and he stepped up and shot that one like it was the opening shot of the season.
Late whistle called by Mark Davis. You knew at some point Jamal was going to take the lid off.
And you know, one of my keys, just look at
nice backdoor pass from Favors to Hill.
Just look at it, you know, the
102, Clippers 94. DeAndre answers with 2.
You don't need to foul yet, but Chris going for a steal. Down 6. It was a 2-possession.
Left in that game. And think about this. Chris Paul said it best. We let that game slip away. The Clippers had a 7-point lead with about 7 minutes remaining and couldn't close the deal as George Hill hits and he's fouled. And a chance at a 3-point play as DeAndre Jordan fouls him on the shot.
Yeah, George comes off a little pick and roll, and DeAndre does the worst thing he can do. Doesn't get up and challenge the shot. He just kind of moves into him and gets into his lane.
Points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. That's a lot to replace.
Absolutely, and not only that, inside presence of people who can post up for you, and then also shoot the 3-ball.
And now George Hill with a little payback.
Yeah, Chris is upset with himself because he knows that he definitely shouldn't have fouled him right there. Mainly because
and taking it.
That was a man on a mission right there. He was determined that he was going to score because of the foul at the other end. Gobert. Good ball movement. Hill, the corner three on the way. And it's good. Well, they caught him rotating. That time, Chris Paul left Hill in the corner to double down inside in the painted area. Kicks it out to Diaw with 7 on the shot clock. They got to go quick here. Hill just got it off and knocked it in. First of all, a great save. Last cut. If anyone is taping this game, you know, just cut away the first 2 minutes and some odd seconds there, right? And Hill snuck in there for the tip on that, because as soon as Gobert came to him, he saw Jordan was already down underneath in case he missed. Backdoor cut, and George Hill with the layup. Now, George Hill, very smart player. You got to pay attention to him now. He's one of these kind of guys that will take. There's no doubt about it. I mean, he's hot at his team for the way that they started this quarter. No doubt about that. Hill with the foul line jumper. And the lead back up to 4. Now you say, well, what's this foul against Ingles? Nobody better than doing this and putting on the brakes and drawing the foul. This is the previous play. Now, this is just a very smooth move. And then also, that's what we say, get up. 3:30 Eastern time on Sunday. Ball closes out nicely on George Hill. Hill gets loose. Gobert kept it alive. Great hustle by the Jazz. And the foul is going to go against Chris Paul, who couldn't get around Gobert. Now, that was a terrific series for Gobert. He set a screen on one side of the lane. All right, right there. Now watch him. He comes, and he gets part of the ball, saves the ball, and now he sets another screen. All right, so that's what the coaching staff and all the players say about it. Jordan just misjudged it, the release. Hill off the favor screen, and George Hill makes it a double-digit lead up to 11. 1 in lowest points scored against, 96 during the season. And then also they're number 2 in field goal percentage defensively. So this isn't out of the ordinary, and they can make you look like an ugly game. Clippers unable to play at their tempo. George Hill with a foul line jump shot. The 2010, a team that was too young, too inexperienced, too injured a season ago, has rallied on the road and done what only 20% of road teams have done historically in Game 7. And what of the future of Chris Paul and the Clippers? Let's go to Lisa courtside.
Thank you, Mark.